Alright, so that was part 1. Now on to part 2, because my hand kind of hit it, but it's a good time to stop it. Here is a Bell Albino Het Radar female, 80 grams, pretty big female. Here is a Bell Albino male. This is Mango. That was Manga. Manga is the mom of this guy. So he's 40 grams actually. He's just like up in the corner. He's growing really good. I'm really happy with him. And he has that V on his head like his mom, so it's really cool. See how that goes. He's actually going to be bred to this female right in here. There's an Eclipse Het Bell female. Mango is a Pos Het Eclipse, so we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he'll prove out, but what better to test him out with an Eclipse female, so I have a 1/4 chance of hitting a radar, so if he is Het Eclipse, which fingers crossed he will be. Right here I got this gecko from David's Fine Geckos. Oh, and the Eclipse I got from Empire Reptiles. This gecko is a Brightline Bell from Paul Allen's line. That is a possible Gem Snow, possible Het Eclipse. So pretty cool gecko. Really like this female. Prove her out next season. Hopefully, if she gets up to weight, and I feel like she's good enough to breed. Right here is a Bell Sunglow that I also got from Dave. She did not do well in the colony tub, and it kind of set her back a little bit, but she had no problem. She just kind of stayed the same the whole time. But now she's gaining weight, so I'm really happy about it. So that's her. Bella. Amber. Jewel, Bella, and Stella. So, yep. Next things, I'm just going to go through here quick. Gamma, my favorite gecko that I have in my collection. He's just an amazing, amazing male. He's a giant super snow, double het for Blazing Blizzard. Actually, he's possible Het Eclipse also. Yeah. His dad's Pos Het Diablo Blanco, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was Het Eclipse because of the white noses I got out on a lot of my geckos. But I won't know that, but I am going to breed my male Rex to some Eclipse females, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, he's probably Het Eclipse. Or Pos Het Eclipse, I'm going to say. So he could be possible Het for Raptor, or Diablo Blanco, whatever way you want to say it. Next up, which is really cool, is these two females that I hatched out. My first year of breeding was really successful. I think I got a really cool project that I really liked, and I held on to it, and I made sure that this project was good. So, yep. So, here we go. Here is a Mack Snow Het for Blazing Blizzard female. She's also a giant. She hit 60 grams before she was a year old. So, really cool female. You can just visibly tell she's a Mack Snow. Really light pigment. She just hatched out great. She was an amazing hatchling. Looked insane. And as an adult, she still looks insane. I mean, that's a really doled out yellow for a Mack Snow, which I'm really excited about. And she will be breeding to my male Gamma, my favorite male. So, yep, see what we get out of there. And her hatch meat, I don't know what was it. It was just something about this clutch. It was insane, and it was remarkable, and these geckos hatched out to be crazy looking. This gecko is a Super Snow female. So, she will be bred to my male Rex, and she has some nice white socks, I guess you could say, but she doesn't have, like, the full white legs, so hopefully we'll be breeding for that. I'm really aiming to get some nice white legs. Gamma actually has some really nice white legs for, being bred, like, from a Mack Snow to a Mack Snow. He really does have nice white legs, and I'll show you that. Again, because I don't think I really showed him. This is my favorite male. You can see the white legs right there. That's pretty high up. So, yep, the other legs just like that. So pretty high up. But for the Herp Kid 23, I believe, that was a Mack Snow female that you could visibly tell. But I just want to show you that there are Mack Snows that you can, like, not visibly tell as adults. Like, if you did not know this gecko as a baby, you probably wouldn't know it's a Mack Snow until you test bred it or hatched out babies from it, because of just how much yellow they yellowed out. Here is a male Mack Snow double het for blazing blizzard, possible head eclipse. So, yep. This is him, and he is definitely a Mack Snow. He yellowed out quite a lot, but honestly, he was the first Mack Snow that I've ever hatched out, my first gecko that I actually ever hatched out. And this is the proof of that. That's definitely a Mack Snow baby. So, yep. So even when they don't look like Mack Snows, when they're older, they still could be a Mack Snow. It just depends. Sometimes you can't tell. But, yeah. But when they're babies, you can tell if they're Mack Snows or not. But then again, sometimes you can't, and I'm going to explain that too, because right here was a gecko that I won in a contest. He is well, it's classified as a normal het for radar, but he's also a snow, so he's a snow het for radar. I'm 90% sure he's a snow. And the reason being I think he's a snow is that the female is definitely not a snow, but he still has that lavender. He's still like that. He hatched out like a normal though, but he did sire a snow. And I want to show you this. This gecko is most definitely a snow. It has white bands and it has purple. It's a snow. It hatched out yellow and black. So even sometimes when they're not snows, they could be snows, and this is definitely a snow. This is actually a snow eclipse, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so even when they don't look like it, I just want to give them some more food. Even when they don't look like it sometimes, they can be it. Low expressions like this one over here. Even these guys, my trempers down here, they could be low expression snows, and I might just not know it. Because this one could be a low expression snow because her father is this male in here. This male bit my mom pretty bad and gave her a scar and drew blood and stuff. So, yep. Cameron, that one's yours. That's me. He's like 90 or 80 something grams or something, so pretty good male. Really good size. He has some really good weight on him. So, yep, that's him. But, yeah, that's his offspring. So, he's a proven breeder. But, as I said, this one could be a low expression snow. I'm just not sure. And, like, this one, the snow morph's kind of like a tricky morph. It's like one of those morphs where, like, it's definitely a morph. It's not, like, I'm going to say that, but sometimes they can be very tricky to tell if they're snows or not, leopard geckos, especially with combo morphs, basically. But, like, this gecko, you can see white there. I mean, that's white. And then the rest of it's like a yellowish white. So this could be a snow. But I don't know. So, yes and no to it. So, it's really hard to tell sometimes. But, sometimes you could have snows. So really, the only way that you're going to be able to test if you have a snow or not is to test breed it. I honestly think that's your best bet. Get a snow female and test breed it to the male. See if it's a snow or not, and if you get a super snow. That's pretty much what I would say if you don't know if your gecko's a snow or not. My friend, he had a raptor female. He bought it was a gecko. It was Eclipse. Het well, he just bought it as an Eclipse, but he bred it to the Raptor, and he thought it was a Mack Snow too, my friend. And turned out the male was an Eclipse Mack Snow Hetfer Tremper, so turned out to work out, and he hatched out a Mack Raptor his first shot. So I just wanted to put that out there for you, dude. I wanted to tell you sometimes snows as adults don't look like snows, but they actually are. And sometimes they're really hard to tell. And then sometimes you can visibly tell it throughout their whole life. So, yep. Comment, rate, and subscribe.